Today, I'm going to show you 3-person club passing patterns from easy to hard. Definitely go check out my other video on 2-person club passing patterns because I describe a lot of the terms that I'm going to use in this video. Most 3-person patterns are either feeds or triangles. In this video, I'm the feeder, which means I pass to the feedees, but they don't pass to each other. Specifically, this is a 2-count feed, which means I'm in a 2-count and the 2 feedees are in 4-count. Basically, I'm passing twice as often as the feedees. In this trick, we're juggling 6 clubs in a regular 4-count. Then, Alan takes my pass in midair and puts it into Hugh's hand. The tricky part of takeouts is not reacting to the person who's taking the clubs out of the pattern. Basically, Alan's job is to take the club and put it into the next person's hand as though it were a regular pass. A chase is a pretty easy moving pattern with 3 people. There are only 6 clubs between 3 people, which means this is a pretty slow pattern. To start, Andrew and Charles are passing clubs. Then, Andrew passes to me instead of Charles. When Charles runs out of clubs, he runs to the other side to stand next to Andrew. And the pattern continues from there. We're passing clubs in a 2-count, but you can also pass in a 4-count. In a triangle pattern, everyone is doing the same thing in comparison to a feed where you have one point person who's passing to the feedees. In particular, this is an inside triangle, which means that we're passing to the inside hands. We're doing it in a 3-count so that you can see that only the orange clubs are going back and forth, but you can also do a 4-count triangle, 2-count triangle, or whatever you want. Pretty similar idea. Next, you have the outside triangle, which means that we're passing to the outside hands. So basically, you throw in one direction and then you have to look in a completely different direction, which is basically why this is slightly more difficult than the inside triangle. This is a dropback line, which is always a crowd favorite. It's not too difficult, although it is tricky to throw the dropback, so it's only really hard for the person in the middle. Key to throwing a dropback is to release the club right after your hand passes your nose. A slightly harder version of a triangle is an inside-outside triangle. Like the name suggests, we're going to throw to the inside and then to the outside. In the 3-count version, we make 2 passes to the inside hands and then 2 passes to the outside hands. The running feed starts off as a regular 2-count. Charles is the feeder. I'm to the left of Charles. At one point, I say hup, and then I move to the other side. Now, Andrew is the feeder. And the pattern continues like that. When you move to the other side, you don't need to keep juggling. You can collect all your clubs and walk to the other side. Another feed that's a little bit harder than a 2-count feed is a pass-pass-self feed. The feeder is in pass-pass-self, which means the 2 feedees are in a 3-count. You can see that I'm passing only orange clubs with the feedee to my right, and you can see that I'm only passing white clubs with the feedee to my left. We don't pass the blue clubs. To feed this, you throw outside, outside, self, inside, inside, self, and then it repeats. You can see this even better with LED juggling. We just pass the same 4 clubs back and forth. We don't pass the balls. This is Ryan's feed, also known as 158-367. Ryan's feed is a combination of a 2-count and then ultimates. Charles is the feeder. I'm the right feedee from Charles's perspective, and Nick is the left feedee. I pass on beats 1, 5, and 8, and then Nick passes on beats 3, 6, and 7. Charles passes to each of our hands in a line when he passes 6, 7, 8, 1. Charles passes on every beat besides 2 and 4. This is just part 1 of 3-person patterns from easy to hard. Check out next week's video for the rest of the patterns. And it gets kind of crazy. Keep juggling and have fun.